everybody, welcome back to H&S Collectibles. This is Cody. So my big news, we bought a 3D printer. Me and my son decided to go together on it. He's been wanting one for a while because he's into Dungeons and Dragons and things like that. He wants to print minis. I have always wanted to try my hand at printing some figures. Or stands for figures, and there's just been a dozen or so things that have piled up that I've wanted to print. So I've delved into it. We actually got it before Christmas, and I've kept it a secret for a while because I used it to make some Christmas presents for the Coast to Coast gang. And they're not getting there in time for Christmas. And I did not want to post any kind of video until they did, but I have got to the point now where the prints are done. I'm doing a little bit of finishing on them, just touching them up here and there. But it's a lot of fun so far. It is a frustrating hobby to get into. I've decided in the first month because there's a lot of trial and error. And the trials take lots of time, and the error happens in seconds, it feels like. So, you may get a bad print, try to figure out what the problem was, then when you go through to start your print over again, it may take a few minutes to get back to the point where you were, or you could even, I've done a couple of multi-day prints already and been 24 hours into a print and something went bad, something went wrong. But we bought the Ender 3 Max. The reason I went with the Max, reason I went with Ender, from what I could tell, there's just a huge online community of support, a lot of YouTube videos to watch, a lot of things out there to look at and research and read about and learn from. A friend of mine has an Ender 3 Pro. And when I came across the Max, I just really liked it for the additional build height and width and depth for that matter. It's 300 by 300 by 340 millimeter build volume. Dual cooling fans on the extruder. We did add an auto leveling sensor to it, so that's one upgrade we made. And it's just a lot of fun. But time consuming. So I think though we have it dialed in pretty well now. And right now I'm printing something that I hope is a video that I can maybe show a week after this one gets posted up and show what I made. It's just a file I downloaded off the web. I've only made a few things on my own so far that I will show here in a moment. But yeah, overall I love it. For the price and the value, I mean, to get into 3D printing and be able to do a few of the things we've already done for just $300 to $400, which is about what we have in this so far. The printer I think was $300, and the touch sensor was $40, and then just time from there invested in it. There's a few things I'd like to do to it in the future. One would probably be make it a dual Z-axis. That's probably the biggest one that I think this printer could benefit from. But at least at the moment right now, I think I've got everything dialed in and it's doing very well. So anyway, I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to point it at the shelf and show you some of the things that I've made so far. And then hopefully you come back and check them out. I definitely plan to continue making stands for my NECA figures, and at least 2 or 3 of them I've made so far that you'll see. I just really like how they turned out, but they're like Rev 4 of what I'm trying to do, so there will continue to be revisions going forward, and it's just fun to play with. So anyway, let's get to it, flip the camera around and take a look. Okay, and so here's kind of a first look at the things I've been doing with this. The gifts for the guys are lined up in the back, but again, like I said, I'm not posting this video until everybody has gotten their gift. You can go over to their channels, probably, I would hope, and see their reactions to them, but I tried to make a gift that I thought suited everybody the best. But just looking at the things I made, I wanted to make a stand that would hold the extra heads that some of the NECA figures come with. So my first idea was to come up with this, just a flat platform with a couple rods sticking up. It's got foot pegs in it. So the figure stands there very well. This is the first one that I did that has two. The Candyman figure only comes with one extra head. So he will probably get moved to a different stand later. But that turned out great. And then I got a little bit fancier and I made these stands for the Kurt Russell figure. So I'll just get in a little bit closer on that. This is the Station Survival McCready figure that comes with the one head, so I made it, you can see I made these posts shorter than that one, because it was gonna, if the head was up here, it was gonna start to get in the way of McCready's arms. This was prototype that I later just stuck Candyman on to show kind of what, my first thoughts were. But I love that. It came out good. And then I printed up a name tag to glue on the front and painted it blue. I think that the blue on the white really captures the thing. And here is the other stand that I made for the first McCready figure that was out. Basically the same, except this one has the two head posts. And this, of course, is my figure that has the custom flamethrower that I got from Shogun named David, from the Thing Facebook group. Very cool, and I keep him displayed that way. And then I made some simple little stands. So some of my figures that are more problematic for standing, these in particular, because they're all on the same shelf, and I went in there in the living room and they're all just laying on their face or their back. Basic little stand. I know you can buy NECA stands, but they're round, and I kind of like the square stands like that. And I just, enjoyed the idea of making my own stands. So 2 for the trick-or-treaters. Same goes for Loomis, Michael, Lori. And then I found out that even Funko Pops fit on the same size peg, because this Elvira as the Mummy Funko Pop that I have is very top heavy, much like Elvira is, I guess, in real life. But enough about that. So I'm going to rework some kind of a single peg in the center for her, but that's basically just an extra NECA stand. So yeah, I'm going to continue down this route of making stands. I'm going to try to make them a little bit fancier, and see what else I can do that could be fun and interesting. And maybe even put multiple figures on the same stand, for display purposes. Like these 3, to me, these 3 could go on a much wider, bigger stand and be posed facing each other. I might just play around, but show a little bit of the gifts I give to the guys. First off, I made Mark this alien head to hang on his wall. I've not got it mounted on a board yet, but that is some of the finish work that I'm talking about doing. And this is just a file that I downloaded off of Thingiverse. Pretty cool. And I thought he might like that to hang on his wall. Ben and Dave and Anthony all got record stands with their names on them. I asked everybody their favorite color. I wanted to put Captain Blake on a stand, but he doesn't have holes in his feet. So I need to work out some solution for him. But yeah, it's just a record stand to put your cover of what's currently playing on. There's Ben's kind of tagline, "Until next time, friendos." Dave and Anthony got "Vinyl Sounds Better." These plates are removable, so every now and then I could send them a new plate with some new message to put on there. Phil, I thought Phil needed a sign for when he's out on his live streams. Rather than always putting Pennywise up in front of the camera, I made him this little tombstone, and I've still got to paint it and touch it up. I thought he would enjoy that. And then John got the long one. I know John likes skulls. He's got a big skull collection, and I found an STL file for this skull desk organizer. So John, you can keep your pens, pencils, what have you in there. I hope you enjoy it. I asked everybody what their favorite colors were, and Ben was orange, Dave said blue, Anthony said blue, John said black or red, and Phil said purple. So we're going to see where purple comes in on this. But basically that's it. So I hope everybody enjoyed that and enjoyed looking at the things I've worked on so far. Again, this will be a video in a week or so, I hope. And I'm going to have to start getting better at painting things. Right now I'm just delving in and getting started. So like I said, all kinds of things I want to print. And make some comments below. Tell me what you think of those stands, and what other things that you would suggest I do in terms of stands. I have thought about, whenever I get to my Evil Dead figures, besides being able to display the extra heads, I want to maybe have a beveled surface coming up from like a bookshelf kind of thing, or a podium style, an angle thing for the Book of the Dead to set on. Somehow or another, work the displays, or work the stands into being a display, if you will, and not just a stand. So that's all I got for right now. Just wanted to show this and show that I got it. So the only complaint I have about it, and I hope you can hear me fine, is this damn thing is loud. It does have the silent motor drivers, but it's just the cooling fans is what's loud. So I may look down the road into investing in some different cooling solutions for it, and just something where you can hear, because if I'm trying to make a video or what have you, it's just a little kind of noisy in the office now. Might be ideal actually in the future to locate this thing somewhere else, but we'll see. So that's all I got. Everybody stay safe, take care of each other. Let me know what you think of this. Let me know suggestions on what you think I ought to try to build. What could be fun, what could be interesting, what you'd like to see, things like that. So until next time, everybody stay safe, take care of each other. Come back and see me. Thanks.